Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nintendo Switch. So this is it. I'm doing the voiceover after I already did everything that you're seeing here. So basically what it told me to do is I had the dock already installed with the system. So it said, please remove the system from the dock. And then it's telling me to put the left and right Joy-Cons in, which is a little bit hard because if you're like me and you have an entertainment unit with shelves, it's not really practical to slide the portable in and out of the dock, which I discovered right now, which is why it's taking me a couple of seconds to get this done. And well, here we go. So this is it. This is actually displaying, everything you're seeing here is displaying on the television. So we're going to run through a couple of the initial setups. So obviously these are your language choices, and you can select multiple accounts right away, which I thought was pretty cool. You see, the reason why it's taking me time now is because, again, I had to remove the Joy-Cons, then put them into the grip in order to actually make these various selections. So that's exactly what the delay is. It's really, really simple, though. Really, I mean, you can run through this machine in in seconds with the setup. So, okay. Now that I've got it, let's go. So where are we located? Well, we're in the Americas. But you notice you can have English and then say Japan. That's going to be very useful for people that want to import games. And I'm going to be one of those people. So here's where I started to have issues. My signal didn't show up, my wireless signal. And I actually have 802.11, I think it's AC. Is the latest internet, and this is why I'm sort of sitting here going, what the hell? Because the Switch is literally located directly beside my router. So I was very perplexed. Very, very, very perplexed why I wasn't seeing anything, which is why I'm sort of looking and I'm like, what the hell? Like, did I do something wrong here? Something seems very, very off. I should see my internet signal as the strongest one. So I was looking around and seeing like, was there something off? And then I said, okay, well, let's scroll. So it's not here. It's not there. It's not there. So I said, okay, let's search again. And it does pop up here. Now I have to do a couple of edits. You see the 1248, that's mine. But I skipped through it because I didn't see it. But I was so confused. I was just like, here I screwed up. I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing the B button to back instead of A. But I was really lost. So yeah, I was looking for the 248 one. And check it out. Why isn't it full strength? Look how far it's below that Videotron one. And I was really perplexed. See, there it is. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to show you guys my password. We'll do the quick edit here. So once you have entered your password, here you go. You are now going to connect to the glorious internet, and then you'll have access to obviously updates and things like that. But this was the beginning of my issues with the Switch in terms of Wi-Fi. I thought that was really perplexing that it didn't see my Wi-Fi signal as the strongest, considering given the way the Switch is, I had to put it on the top shelf, which is exactly where my router is. So that was really, really odd. Anyway, we go ahead, pick up the glorious time zone that you're in, and then I just pick, of course, since it's me, I just right away go ahead and pick a Elder for my nickname, and then I'm going to pick the Sword and Shield from Zelda because that's just the way I roll. But really, this is really, really simple stuff. It just was perplexing about that Wi-Fi signal. Why wasn't the first one? It should have been like blistering strong. And I guess I can tell you as we go through this, but I experienced lots of problems from here on out pertaining strictly to the Wi-Fi. So it detected right away that I had an SD card inside, which is great. So I said, okay, let's update. And here's where the problem began, okay? So I do an edit here to show you guys, but basically this took forever because the Wi-Fi kept cutting out. And I was like, what the hell? See, that was the edit. That's how it jumped up. So I had to close the system on and off a couple of times in order for it to just get this update downloaded. which I was very, very confused by. I'm like, this is a brand new console. My PlayStation 3 still has access to the Wi-Fi signal at perfect strength and never craps out. And I was very, very lost why I was experiencing so many problems. So here we go, console battery 53%, which is interesting. It never charges to 100% while it's in the dock. I thought that was really unique. So this is our interface, guys. So when you turn the system on, this is essentially what it looks like. Really robust, eh? Really got a lot of different features and stuff. The truth is, this is really, really simple. It's an extremely basic layout and feature set. And that's okay for right now. That's fine. So you see, I'm just going through showing the different selections that you have. I didn't even bother with amiibos. I'm not bothering either with anything. There's really not too much. You have black and white for themes, and there you go. There's really not very much in this particular settings. And sorry about my voice. I have a really nasty cold right now. So I'm actually looking through, seeing. I'm like, Jesus, is there any sort of Nintendo account? Is there anything? And I'm like, okay, well, it must be in the eShop. So let's go to the eShop. You notice how it keeps saying which user do you want, which account do you want? I eventually go in. I don't think I do this on camera, but I go in and you can shut that off because that was really annoying me. I was like, okay, I just want to play Zelda. Stop asking me which user it is. It's just me. There's no one else playing on this. But that will be useful later on if you're switching regions and whatnot. Okay, so the first time you do this, this is where you get to link to your Nintendo account, which obviously, again, I'm not going to show you guys. And this is basically it. This is them basically telling us that, there's going to be this online service in the near future. See, it's telling us all about it. We're going to have online gameplay and things like this. I just think this is absolutely hilarious that they're telling us all this, but there's nothing actually there. So this is the way the eShop boots up. It's fairly quick if your Wi-Fi doesn't crap out on you. And this is it. So I just skip all this stuff. I have to enter in my password again, which obviously I'm not going to show you guys. And then we're going to move on. It was a little underwhelming, I'll be honest. In terms of feature set, it was a little bit underwhelming. And having that Wi-Fi issue was annoying. So these are all the games that are currently available on the store. You never thought you'd see that, eh? 9 games. And then we have 3 that are coming soon. And you can add them to your wish lists and stuff like that, which is exactly what I did. Actually, I'm going to do this in just a little bit. And I checked out Zelda because I wanted to see how add-on content worked. And as you saw, there was no add-on content. So the add-on content works through the game itself. So the only other features you have are, one is for controller, one is to put the system to sleep, and then this one is news. So this is just talking about the latest developments pertaining to the Switch. A lot of this is all old information, but some of it is relevant if you want to put on, parental, what are they called? Well, parental controls, things like that. Album is if you take screenshots, so I wanted to take one right there, and obviously you can't take one in the main menu. And this is it. I mean, this is essentially it. So when you insert a game, this is essentially what it looks like. You get one tile. If you install games, you'll get more and more tiles. If you go to the top left there, where you see that sword and shield, that's how you access your profile. You'll notice that there's no friend icons, there's no messaging, there's no nothing. Also notice that by the battery, you'll notice it was a line now. Well, the reason why it's a line is because I actually plugged in my Wii LAN adapter because I was fed up of the Wi-Fi issues that constantly started popping up. I couldn't even download the Zelda update because it just kept crapping out. And yes, you most likely noticed that there are friend codes still in the game, but there are a couple of cool little things that were added here. So I go into friend settings. You'll notice there's all these different things. You can receive friend requests, there's notifications and stuff like that. And I left everything on because I want people to be able to find me. But you'll see in just a second when we go to add friend, you notice at the very bottom it says suggested friends. I couldn't believe when I saw a search with friend code. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, are you kidding me? We're still with friend codes? It's 2017. But the cool thing, which I didn't notice until like probably like another 30 seconds or so, was the suggested friends down below. Now, this is interesting because it links certain games that you've played together. So, for example, if you've played Super Mario Run or Miitomo, it will suggest those friends. And that's precisely what I'm about to do here. I don't know why I'm fixated on this search with friend codes. I guess I was just shocked, or I was writing it down, one of the two. But I was actually on with Ahmed, and we were both saying, okay, well, how can we add each other as friends? And he realized, good on him, that in the suggested friends, he had me from Super Mario Run. So you'll notice if you go down, there's Fire Emblem Heroes there, Miitomo, and I don't know why Super Mario Run, I guess because I only had Ahmed. So this is Tim, so I sent that to Tim, and that's pretty much it. I only had those particular friends. I don't understand why, unless it knows that those are the people that actually own a Switch. So anyways, that's pretty much the entire interface. I strongly recommend getting a LAN adapter for it. My Wii one worked perfectly, and now my internet is flawless, and the system is great. I haven't had any Joy-Con issues. I haven't had anything, and for launch, I know it's basic. I mean, we all know it's basic, and it's going to remain basic for the foreseeable future until more and more features come online. But Breath of the Wild is on this bad boy, and Breath of the Wild is on Wii U. But the fact that it's on a new Nintendo console right now, I'm having a blast. It's my second playthrough of Breath of the Wild. I did about 15 hours on the Wii U, and now I've restarted on the Switch, and I'm having an absolute blast. And that's pretty much it for the setup. You saw it's really, really simple. Very, very basic. Like I said, there's nothing too fancy about this at this particular point in time, but I'm sure more features are going to come online as we go. And so that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say other than I'm very excited to see where this platform goes. And the prices are insane, by the way, of games. If you can see, this is the Canadian shop. It's insane. Might pick up Shovel Knight again because this would be the best system to play it on. But we'll see because it's so friggin' expensive, everything. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back with a further impressions video probably in a couple of days. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.